Hey, what's up, y'all? So, on this video, I'm going to explain to you guys the advantages and disadvantages of some of the presets that's on the Sony Bravia TVs. And I kind of think they're all similar in a way, but they all have, advantages and strengths and weaknesses compared to the other presets. There, there's mainly four presets. Well, you could say three, but I don't really include game mode as like a really full fledged preset unless you're like totally gaming. So I'm just gonna say it's 3.5 or just forget it, just call it four presets that you need to just worry about when it comes to to the Sony Bravia TVs. Now like other presets like photo mode and photo and like sports and all the other presets. You don't have to worry about that because I know you didn't buy a almost $3,000 TV just to look at photos. You know what I'm saying? If you did, more power to you. But I think I wouldn't do that. So I stay away from those photo presets and all the other crap. So basically the top four presets that you should worry about is standard, custom, and Cinema Pro, and of course game mode if you're a gamer. Now Cinema Home now is kind of a mixed bag to me. It's kind of similar. It's basically the same as Cinema Pro, just not as much clarity as the Pro mode. So it's up to you if you want to use Home or Pro, but I would just choose Pro because Pro is a little bit better. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. It's kind of gonna be a long video, maybe 20 minutes, if possible, so I can kind of explain to you guys what the advantages of these presets are. So first off, I'm starting in standard mode. The advantage that standard mode have compared to the other three presets is that standard mode, it thrives in color. This preset has the best color representation than any other preset that this TV has. Standard gives you full fledged. I don't know if it's a full range RGB in this preset, but this preset gives you the best color rep compared to any other ones. So if you are a color fiend and you love to see color, this is the preset for you. No other preset beats this preset when it comes to color. Now, when it comes to disadvantages or weaknesses of this preset, the only one I found on this preset is that the detail is good, but the detail is not best. The detail is really good, but the main weakness in this preset is HDR. The HDR is very dull on this preset. It's kind of funny because HDR has to do with color and contrast. Like it brings out the color and the contrast, but it just seems like I don't know if Sony messed up something. But when you on standard mode and you switch to HDR in standard mode, it color it just throws off the color. It does pretty damn good in standard definition, but when it comes to HDR, it just goes kaputs. There's something wrong with standard when it comes to HDR. I mean, keep in mind that it is good for watching HDR. It's not bad, but it's not the best when it comes to watching HDR. So I would use standard if you're watching SDR, but don't use it if you're using HDR because it's very dull. It's very bland. The color does not pop, and the colors are just faded. Put it like that. The color just faded. Like right now, this is SDR. You can tell by the red on the bird that it's like really vibrant. The colors are really rich and saturated. That's what standard does in SDR. But HDR, stay away from it. So let's move on to the next one, which is custom. Stuff like Vivid, don't worry about Vivid. Vivid is only for store floors. If you all the TVs on the store floor is in Vivid, so you just want to stay that way. Cause when you bring that home, it's just a different story. Now custom is like anything you want to do to your picture is in custom. Custom is just everything is just flat. Everything is just like normal level. Nothing is pronounced. Nothing is extravagant. Everything is just plain. Is when you adjust the settings in the custom picture mode is when it thrives. And if I match all 4 presets to exact same settings, the picture mode in custom is the brightest preset that this TV has. It just blows everything out of the water when it comes to brightness. Custom has the brightest preset. Custom is the brightest preset, I should say. Now also in HDR, it is the best in HDR. It's kind of tied with my other preset that I'm gonna mention pretty soon, but it's kind of tied with that. I'll explain to you a little bit later, but HDR is perfectly it's good on HDR. Now the disadvantage of using custom is so over bright that it kills detail. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. What I was saying, the only disadvantage I see when it comes to custom is that it overblows the detail. You have less detail in custom. Like, it's so bright, like no matter what you do, you can turn down the brightness, you can turn down the contrast, but there's something about custom that gets rid of detail. I mean, there is detail obviously, but compared to other presets, this has the worst detail representation, I should say. It doesn't give you a good detail, but it is very, very bright. The whites are the whitest I've seen on all the presets. A thing I forgot to mention on standard and custom is the black level. When you're on standard, a black level is not really crushed, but when you turn on advanced contrast, it does get crushed. So you want to stay away from advanced contrast. You can keep it on low. You keep advanced contrast on low when it comes to standard. Now custom, when you turn on advanced contrast on custom, you can forget about your blacks. You ain't gonna see them anymore. You ain't gonna see no detail. It's like the brights are too white and the darks is too dark. So stay away from advanced contrast when using custom. But I'm saying, if you want to get a bright picture, go with custom. If you don't care about detail, you want to like show off to your friends, like, look, my TV's blind and put glasses on when you come over my house, use custom, okay? Custom is the brightest preset. Disadvantages: worse detail. You hardly see detail when it comes. If you're like a real nitpicker and you can tell that some detail is missing on that. So that's it for custom. I don't think there's anything I'm missing on custom. Now the next one is possibly the best preset on this TV, which is Cinema Pro. Now the advantage that I have on that you have on Cinema Pro is that detail is the best preset on this TV. No other preset gives you more detail than the Pro. Even Cinema Home doesn't give you this much detail. So if you're a detail head like me that loves to see fine detail in every little grain of sand or every little rock or pebble, dirt, or lint on a black shirt, this this preset would give it to you, and that's Cinema Pro. The only disadvantage with this preset is that it has sort of a little haze, when it comes to pictures. Like if you watch a still image and you compare it to all three the other presets, you'll see that it has like a haze, like a grayish haze. It's not too pronounced, but you can tell there's some kind of haze over it. Well, you can live with it, or you can um get your TV calibrated for the grayscale. But unless you mess with the grayscale, you're not gonna get rid of that haze. And the only way only thing I did to get rid of that haze was I knocked down the bias, the green bias, a little bit. That's the only way I really got rid of that haze. And also, color is another weakness for Cinema Pro. It's not as vibrant as standard. It's not even as vibrant as custom, but there is color, but it's not that pronounced. That's why you're looking at 80 color right now on 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 the screen that you're watching, because 80 on Cinema Pro is equivalent to 65 on standard, and it's equivalent to 70 on custom. Um so that's basically it for Cinema Pro. But when it comes to HDR on Cinema Pro, this is where it gets a little tricky. Now, Cinema Pro gets brighter than custom in certain scenes, in some scenes, if that makes any sense. There's an algorithm that's in Cinema Pro that boosts brightness when it needs to be brightened and darks when it needs to be darkened. It's like it's like Dolby Vision. Cinema Pro is like Dolby Vision to me. For a layman's term, it's like Dolby Vision. It gets as bright, even brighter in some scenes than custom, while still keeping the detail. I think it's the algorithm in it, but it keeps detail with the brightness of custom when it needs to be, and it really gets dark when it needs to be. Sometimes you might not like it to be that dark, but that's the way the algorithm puts it. Certain scenes to be dark, so you either could like live with it or don't use it. But Cinema Pro is like the most versatile preset you can use. Honestly, I think it's the best. I think you don't need anything more than this when it comes to picture quality, when it comes to brightness, when it comes to darkness, when it comes to detail. Cinema Pro is the most balanced out of all of them. If you do bump up the color to about 80, you can still get that color representation from standard while still keeping the detail that standard doesn't give you. And also you have the same brightness. Certain scenes, like if I switch back and forth now between custom and Cinema Pro, you'll see that sometimes the Cinema Pro gets darker than custom. Let's see if you can see it. Like right now, the Cinema Pro is giving a tad bit, I will say maybe 100 nits more than the Cinema Pro, than custom, sorry. But like certain like bright scenes, it gets brighter than custom. Dark, like normal scenes, custom beats Cinema Pro. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. The next one I want to talk about. Let me see. I am playing on the PlayStation Pro right now. So let me see if I switch this to picture mode to auto, if it's gonna automatically switch to game mode, so I don't have to scroll. Yeah, I think it did. Yes, it's in game mode now. So for all you gamers out there, I'm a casual gamer. I'm not a full-fledged gamer, so I don't really care about like, oh, the lowest input lag or this. I'm more of a video file, so I want more detail and crispiness in on this TV. But if you're a gamer, I'm gonna tell you advantages and weaknesses of using game mode. Now, obviously, we're gonna start with the advantages. Is low input lag and response time is better. Obviously, that's what everybody use game mode for. But game mode is just game mode is equivalent to standard with less detail. Let me see if I can join up all these presets to explain to you what game mode is on this TV. Game mode has color like standard. It doesn't have brightness like custom. It has the less detail like custom, but not the brightness like custom. As in Cinema Pro, it's nothing like Cinema Pro. It's just a mix between the pros of standard and the cons of custom. That's what game mode is, including the best input lag and response time and stuff like that. There's hardly any processing on game mode. Everything is it's not on. It's not on. Basically, it's just whatever is whatever when it comes to game mode. That's why I really don't use it, because it's for hardcore gamers. But like I said before, if you're a hardcore gamer, just get a gaming monitor. Don't really get a TV if you're a hardcore gamer. Because honestly, if you want to say, oh, I want to have the best gaming TV, it's gonna possibly be a Samsung with like 24 input lag, but this TV is 34 input lag, and that's not really a big difference. But to like hardcore gamers, that mark is too high for them. They want like four milliseconds or 3 milliseconds. If that's the case, just get a gaming monitor, man, and call it a day. Don't worry about TVs. TVs is for all formats. So let's just get out of game mode. Like I said, I don't use game mode. You guys can use it if you want to. It has the pros of the standard, which is color, and it has the cons of custom, which is not with less detail. So that's up to you guys if you want to use it. But me myself, I am a Cinema Pro guy. The best versatile preset for all the presets. These other ones like sports, animation, you don't use these things because you don't need them. I already explained to you the top 4 that you basically need, and that's those. So that's basically it. I hope I explained to you guys what those presets are and what's the best presets to use. I haven't watched any movies yet. I haven't done it for movies yet, but like for gaming and for watching like Netflix and watching like regular content, those presets are the top choices. Now for movies, it might be a little different. I'll have to work on that and see what it is. But my number one choice, most versatile, most accurate to detail preset is Cinema Pro. Just to recap real quick: Vivid, don't use it. Standard, best color representation out of all presets with a mid-level brightness. Custom, high-level brightness with the worst detail representation out of all presets. And Cinema Pro, most even. It's mixed between custom brightness when it needs to. And if you want the color what standard gives you, you're gonna want to bump up the color to 80. $75 the lowest. If you're searching for the color. Other than that, guys, let me know in the comments if you need any more help with something. I'll try to explain it to you, but that's basically it for this 20-minute video. I think this is one of the longest videos I made, but I did like maybe 5-6 hours. I think I went to sleep 5 o'clock this morning just playing with this TV, man, and I just had to share with you guys. So that's basically it. Yes. So take care.